Hello and welcome to episode 2 of Brits Abroad, the new Football Manager series from me, Aztecanian, just call me Aztec. So, let's have a look at what's gone on since the last episode. Last episode we had a squad introduction and we lost, unfortunately, at home to Barcelona 3-1. But since then, things have been going okay, seeing as we're probably a weak team in La Liga. As you can see here, we're in 11th position, had a couple of draws, a couple of wins, and a couple of losses, so completely middle of the road, which is kind of where I would hope to be honest, at this point in the season. You can see here we had back-to-back wins away at Athletic Bilbao and at home to Valencia, two cracking games, but then a little bit more disappointing, lost to Espanyol at home and 2-2 draw with Deportivo. So let's have a quick recap because we need to have a look at the goals from the Athletic game. So if we load up these highlights. So, pumping the ball up forward, Vardy gets onto it, loses the possession, but then, and what a turn that is by Crouch. What a great goal. 2 metre Peter still at it, at a ripe old age of 36. And the second, win possession in the middle of the park, ball over the top, Vardy comes in, tees up Crouch. What a banger from 30 yards. I wasn't expecting this much from Crouch, but I'll take it. Other than that, last minute Jamie Vardy penalty takes the win against Valencia after we had Scott McTominay sent off at 1-1. Then we went 2-1 behind. Then Tom Lawrence. Then Jamie Vardy. 3-2 win. Couldn't expect more. Espanyol, a little bit more disappointing. Dominated the game in terms of chances, possession, shots on target. Lost in at the end of the game. Disappointing. Deportivo, also quite disappointing. 2-0 up and then conceding 2 goals in 1 minute. I don't think I've ever seen 2 goals scored in 1 minute before make it 2-2. Okay, so let's get into the next game. Here is the lineup for the Sevilla game. As promised in the last episode, we'll hopefully get through this and the Betis game. Now, I've had a little bit of a mix around in defence. Joe Riley was becoming a real weak point at left back. I don't think he's quite good enough for this level, so I've shifted Walker Peters over that side and Shotton to full back on the right until Neil Taylor is back. Now, he's back from injury, but he's probably not quite ready to start this game, and I think once they're ready, we'll be ready to go. Unfortunately, Aaron Lennon has picked up a big injury for 6 to 8 weeks, so we've had a bit of a shuffle around in midfield, putting Morrison for the time being out on the right. But let's get into it. Okay, let's G up the lads. That'll do for now. Don't need to be flying high at all moments. Keep their feet on the ground. So we're at home to Sevilla. Sevilla are competitions. Sevilla are 13th. So we're around where we are in the league. Early corner. What's Shelby? Morrison. Grant Hanley. Is he offside? Yeah. And here we go. Back in the corner. Will we get another chance here? Starts the highlight. Ball into the box. Kind of a weak highlight, that. FM, expect something better than that. But it's not over yet, so this probably means it's going to be a severe chance at the end of all this. They play the ball down the side there. Ben Yedder through, 1-0 down. Disappointing, very disappointing. Probably a little early to make too many changes. I think the game has been fairly even to this point. We're certainly dominating possession. We've done this in a few games now, especially at home, dominated possession. It was never the intention with this tactic, but not necessarily a bad thing. Passing the ball around nicely on the wing. Shotton is a little bit shoehorned in at right back, I admit. But Vardy's through. Oh, just wide. We are being overrun slightly. I think if we just move him to a more defensive role for now. Ben Yedder is through again and has scored again. What an awful goal to concede. Let's cancel those changings. Skip that. I think we're going to have to look at a different tactic here because we are being completely outclassed by Sevilla. It's the first time that I've looked like we've been outclassed at all. Morrison goes forward through to Tunnicliffe. We get another shot on target, but we've got a mountain to climb here. Let's give it a little while at counter, see if we can hit them on the break, because they're certainly causing us a lot of problems going forward. Tunnicliffe again over the bar. Ben Yedder causing us all sorts of heartache. Vardy is through. Okay, Vardy pulls one back. Goals galore this game. 24 minutes in, 2-1. Vardy pulls one back. Let's have a look at this. A long ball from Johnson, exactly how we would have expected. Vardy breaking through after a knock-on from Big Pete. And you would expect more from the keeper, but at 2-1 down, we'll certainly take it. Another chance here. Vardy thought forward to Morrison. Snatches at it. Should have crossed that into the box. Could have been a good chance. So we're struggling a little here. Walker-Peters on that side, a little bit out of position, but that's a great ball into Morrison. Tunnicliffe wins it back, ball winning midfield. Shelvey, Lawrence offside. So that is half-time. 2-1 behind at home to Sevilla. Not really good enough, but we are getting ourselves back into the game. So I need to get it up them a bit here. I expect to see a much better showing in the second half. All seem motivated. Come on, lads. Have I been too lax on this squad, giving them too much time, hanging about in Marbella, not working them hard enough? Well, we'll find out by the second half performance. That's poor from Morrison. I think not playing a natural winger on that side is causing us some problems. So we'll give it a couple more minutes, but we've got Isgrove, not top quality player, but he's young and certainly might provide a bit more pace and width on that side. But here comes Morrison again. Provide a better ball this time. When it's Vardy jumping for headers rather than Crouch, it's a problem. And that's poor again from Morrison. Morrison has been very good for me, but I haven't really put him out on this side. And here's Ben Yedder again. Johnson makes the save this time. So as we approach the hour mark, I think it might be time to make some tactical changes as we've not created any good chances for a little while. Let's see how this one plays out, and then we might look at going to a more attacking formation. Lawrence just puts it wide. Okay, so currently we're on the counter. Let's go to attacking and let's move some player roles around slightly. I think we're going to take Shelvey out and move Morrison to advanced playmaker. Fits in much better at that side in that position, and Isgrove into a more natural winger role. And we may look at bringing Big Andy on for 2 metre Peter if things don't go our way soon. We might also look at bringing Neil Taylor on for more natural fullbacks rather than Shotton, who's having a shotter. Maybe if he carried on being poor for us, we'll call it a shotter. So let's look at doing that now. We'll move Walker-Peters back over to his natural side. Shotton will take off for Taylor. Fullback. This is looking much better. Lawrence plays through Vardy. Ball over the top to Lawrence. Just gets to it. Over to Isgrove on that side. And Morrison should have gone for goal there. Seemed like he was passing back to Isgrove. That's disappointing to see. And now Ben Yedder has a chance for his hat-trick. He's played straight through. Great stop from Johnson, keeping us in the game. Vardy, poor there. Let's move more players to a more attacking. So let's move Vardy to the advanced attacker and Crouch off for Carroll as the target man. They don't actually play the way around I would expect. Playing Crouch as a target man doesn't really work, but Carroll definitely can have an impact there and will be starting more games, especially now he's getting his fitness back. So 20 minutes to go. We've made all 3 substitutions, but all quite positive, and we're still in the game. A lot of goals early in this game, but nothing much has happened since then. Attacking formation. It's been a fairly even game in terms of chances and possession, but not quite even in terms of goals. A chance here. Terry playing around the back. To be honest, for a 36-year-old centre-half, we may have overplayed Terry slightly, and he's certainly struggling for pace at the back, so maybe we should be playing it. And that's Navas, and that's killed the game off. Jesus Navas, ex-Man City player, of course, makes it 3-1 to Sevilla. Poor to concede that kind of goal at home. Let's try and encourage the team to do something in the last moments, but get creative. Let's see if they can at least pull something back in this game. But a disappointing performance and a disappointing result, especially as we've been fairly even this game, but not quite at the cutting edge. Maybe the tactics haven't quite been correct. Vardy's had a poor one. He's kicked out there. It looked like a foul, but through. But Lawrence shooting from there. That's not getting creative. That's getting yourself dropped for the next game. Well, let's see if we can finish on a high. Lawrence, boom. Who's that? Ryan Tunnicliffe. That's got to be his first goal of the season. Pulls one back. Okay, there's time. I believe there is time. That's a fantastic strike. That is a fantastic strike from the central midfielder. Time is marching on very quickly now, into the last couple of minutes. Shame to concede so many goals at home. But can we make one more chance? It's not looking that way as Navas launches one into row G approximately. Johnston plays it forward. Isgrove's not quite got the physicality there to compete for the ball, but he keeps the ball alive through to Morrison, through to Vards. Lawrence not quite performed as well as I would have hoped, and I think Isgrove's not quite as good as Lennon on that side. But here we go, ball in, and Vardy makes it 3-3. We've pulled it back. We've pulled it back from 3-1 down to 3-3. What a comeback. We've got to watch this. After me slagging off some of the team, Isgrove provides a quality ball into the box. Vardy, after I'd slagged off his heading, proves me wrong. He's having a party. Now, is there time? Is there time to go on? I'm not changing the focus. We've been playing well since we've gone to attacking. Well, apart from conceding the third goal, but we've scored 2. Ben Yedder is through. Well, that would have been a heartbreaker. That would have been a heartbreaker at that point after pulling it back to 3-3. So into the last minute is the one last chance. That's probably going to be the final whistle. Unless there's time for one more over the top from either team. Booting the ball long. Okay, 3-3. Well, we were 3-1 down with 5 minutes to go. We've got to take some heart from that. Disappointing to not play a little bit better. What a comeback. Everyone's delighted. Let's keep morale up going into the Betis game. So 3-3 there. It keeps us moves us up to 10th in the league. So 9 points after 7 games. That's certainly enough to stay up on that kind of form. Be nice to be pushing towards the European places, but as I said, of this squad, that might be a little bit unrealistic. Okay, so it's time for the Betis game. Foolishly, I picked 2 games with a massive international break in the middle. Oops, didn't spot that before I picked them, but here we go. We're here now, so let's have a quick run through of the team we are going to pick. So after the performance last time, we're going to move Kyle Walker-Peters into his natural position on the right, drop Shotton out of the team and bring Neil Taylor in. Shotton can sit on the bench. We'll keep Hanley and Terry in the middle. We'll keep Lawrence on that side. We'll keep Lawrence on the left. We will move Isgrove to a starter. I think here Morrison didn't perform particularly well here. We'll drop Shelvey out for Morrison, move him to a more attacking role for this game, and we will start Carroll as the target man and Vards as an advanced forward. So we're actually doing okay for injuries at the moment. We play quite a high intensity style, so I was expecting to have a few more injuries, and we'll have to start bringing Grealish into this squad soon. But we'll keep Tunnicliffe in there after that half decent, pretty goal scoring performance, should I say, the other day. And let's move forward to the game. So Betis are rock bottom at the moment. We're at home, so probably means we'll lose 1-0 because that seems how these games have been going for us this season. So let's go passionately back the fans. This seems somewhat motivated. Well, one player is motivated, and here we go. We're off. Encouraging our team to play short passing play is the assistant's recommendation. That doesn't feel quite right for us, but I think we might be playing a little. That's a poor goal to concede. Sergio Leon would just muck about in the middle of the park like nobody's business. I think we're maybe looking to control this game would be a little better for us. But we need to start playing a little better than we have been there, because we've been embarrassed there by the team at the bottom of the league who have done little to nothing. Taylor gets stuck in. Attacking at home would be preferable, and we're 2-0 down. So similar to the Sevilla game, 2-0 down at home. Very poor performance so far. Lawrence with a great ball in an acrobatic attempt from Vardy comes to nothing, but this is looking worrying at this point, I must say. A team that has played very well, but Vardy is in, but he's offside. Disappointing. Betis' only 2 shots have gone in, but we've probably not played well enough for it to be anything other than that. Struggling to cope with numbers in the middle of the park. We've moved Morrison to the more natural position for this formation. A little bit more defensive. Carroll comes up 2-1 again. He scored, and that's Carroll's first ever goal. I hadn't realised. I guess he's struggling for fitness at the start of the season, But Vardy plays it in. Carroll towering. This is the type of goal I was expecting these two to score. Either Vardy crossing it in for Big Andy to head it in, or the knockdown from Andy to Vardy. So let's see if we can pull this game back similarly to the last game. 2-1 after 25 minutes. This is the exact same game again so far. I was worrying about us being a little bit overconfident going into this game, and we've certainly been stung by 2 early goals, but there's plenty of time left, and can we create something before half-time? Isgrove is in there, and great chance, but pushed wide by Adan in goal. Corner just before half-time. Can it come to anything? It's a poor ball in, no one's there for the rebound, and now it looks like Betis are going to have a chance on the break. He storms past Taylor, but Walker-Peters clears up. So we've had more chances than the opponents. A ball over the top here could create something for Vardy, but he can't quite get on the end of it, and that's probably going to do us for the half. And I think the lads are going to need a bit of a ticking off, I would say, because this has not been good enough against the team bottom, especially while we're at home, when we thought we might be pushing on in this after this game, after the morale boosting draw at home to Sevilla, pulling back 2 late goals. It looks like we're going to have to do it all over again. But Vardy goes in, misses a great chance one-on-one. See, we spent the big money to bring Vardy in, meaning that we had to go a bit cheaper in other departments, and they're the type of goals I was expecting him to score. So half-time, it is 2-1 again, another mountain to climb, but there is time. Let's try and boost these lads up. Let's go aggressively. Where's your passion, lads? Does no one want to win this game? Everyone's motivated. Let's get stuck in. This is what we want. Strange kickoff from Carroll. We want to try and keep it to 4-4-2 as much as possible, but those long balls over the top are not reaching anyone at the moment and ceding possession quite quickly. So let's look at retaining possession. That's the one we wanted. Let's look at retaining possession a little bit more, see if we can force it through kind of not playing to our preset mentality of big balls over the top, but easy for you to say. Big ball in there, and Vardy misses another glorious chance. See, this is very disappointing from him because I would expect much, much better performance. Let's move Vardy back somewhat into his more natural defensive forward position, because even though it doesn't fit exactly what I want to do with this, I think when we're struggling for the ball a bit, I think he plays a little better in his natural position, even if it does sacrifice some of what the team is about, because I do prefer him running onto the chances knocked down from Carroll. But if it means that if he can win the ball higher up the pitch, we might create a chance, which we desperately need, a strong chance here. Carroll takes a big swing at it and puts it wide. So the chances coming thick and fast, but we're really not. We're not doing enough to get ourselves back to level terms in this game, and our time is moving on. So we need to look at making some chances here. A poor game again from Morrison. Perhaps dropping Shelvey was a little bit of a mistake. Let's bring Shelvey in and move him to a natural, deeper lying playmaker position of support and see if that helps. If we can spray the balls up to Andy and Jamie, but hopefully not leave ourselves too... Okay, we've lost our heads a bit here, especially at the back. See if Shelvey can come on and make a difference, but we cannot afford to concede another at this point. And the goal is being peppered currently by the Betis forward line. There's not an awful lot of time left, and Vardy is having a poor game. I hate to take off our star striker, but can we play 2 metre Peter and Andy up top? Maybe if we start pumping balls in the last few minutes, but I'm going to leave Vardy on for now. We may have to look at making a change somewhere else on the pitch because we're not having the strongest. Lawrence is having a poor game on the left, so let's bring Johnson on. He's worked in the past, just the straight substitution as a winger on that side. More naturally fits that role and also seems a little bit more capable of a quality ball into the box, if not have the athleticism of Lawrence. And maybe Lawrence isn't properly suited to the winger role on that side, but that's the style we want to try and play. Free kick chance for Betis there, and time is running out here. Let's move to an attacking formation for the last 15. Try and G the lads up a bit and try and create a good quality chance, because this has been a poor performance, but Castro is through here and sends one flying over the bar. Let's try and give a little bit of an encouraging team talk. See if the good quality British man management can get through to the lads at the end of this game Hanley went in there. Isgrove flies in, but great save by Adan. Maybe today isn't our day, but if we can keep creating quality chances like that, I mean, that's very poor by Tunnicliffe. Maybe it's time for McTominay to reprise his role in the centre of the park, because that was not what we needed at that moment in time. So not much time left, unfortunately. We're gonna go over the top tactics, team instructions. Go route 1 for the last few minutes. Let's bring Crouchy on for Vards in that advanced forward role. Confirm, can we create one last chance this game, or are we going down to a third home defeat of the season? It seems that we pick up all our points on the road so far. Not much time left, and not much time being added. It's been a poor performance from the lads. No night out on the town this weekend. Is going to be training first thing tomorrow morning and give him a boot up the arse. Crouch has a last chance and hits the post. Agonising from Crouch in the last moment. That ball over the top was perfect. He didn't have the acceleration to move forward, but had a quality shot on goal. But it's just no time left. Crouchy being offside there is poor, and I think that is going to about do it for this game. Expecting the kickoff to lead to a final whistle being blown, and no, we are not in this game pull off the miracle that we did at the Sevilla game. We expect more from the Betis game as they're lower in the league, but not this time. A poor performance at home from the Expats. Time for a telling off, I think. Not good enough. Don't care if you look stressed. You've not done well enough. End team talk. And we'll leave the game. And that poor performance puts us down in 12th position. Only 2 wins after 8 games. It's not going as well as I would have liked, especially after we picked up those back-to-back wins against Athletic and Valencia. No wins since then, but we're going to push on, so let's have a look. We've got the Spanish Cup coming soon. That's probably a little bit too soon. That's 2 legs against Espanyol, so should we look at some more winnable games? No big games for a while, so let's look at Levante and Leganes, home and away, hopefully winnable games, just before the second leg of the Cup, and then we'll move on from there. But thanks for watching, if you have done. That's the second episode, a little bit disappointing, but yeah, like and subscribe, so if you've enjoyed. I haven't got a catchphrase, so see ya.